Dari, hello. This is the middle of September 2021, and this is a video to look at the Dethleffs Comet Lux water pump. Now, we were driving back from a mini break and emptying the fresh water into the grey water tank. So you're looking at the fresh water tank of the Dethleffs Motorhome. And the water pump just stopped, just dead. So a bit of debugging later found that the pump, which is this device here, so it's a Comet Lux-Plus pump, had failed. Now this pump normally sits through this hole, and if you can imagine, it sits at the bottom of the tank. So there's the translucent water tank, and there's the pump, and it goes through this hole here. So this pump has failed. And this is some instructions on how to change the pump, which we've not done yet, but we feel that we have a good chance of making it all work, and some instructions on how to do it. So first of all, when this pump fails, this pump is attached via this connector to, can you see that? This pump is attached via that plastic pipe to this hole here, and you need to remove this whole assembly from this pump. And don't, like what we did, break this end off here. So in order to get this off, you're going to need some solvent. So you take this whole pump assembly out, which is screwed here. And once you've taken the pump assembly out, you are going to put some solvent on this point here and take this whole assembly off. So this should then come off freely, but it's glued to this pump here. Then you're going to need to order a new pump. We ordered a new pump from Amazon, and here's a close-up of the pump. It's identical to the failing pump. So once you've got the new pump, from the old pump, get the bottom bit of plastic, because it didn't come with that. So that bottom bit of plastic is going to go back on that face. Then we're going to put this pump through this hole again, but first we need to attach this. So how do we do that? Well, I've bought from Screwfix some solvent cement, which I didn't know anything about, but this is some glue that effectively melts the plastic. So we're going to apply solvent cement to this face here and this face here. We're going to connect these 2 points together, and then we're going to have a working pump assembly. So then we have to put this item through this large hole and thread it back through here. So then we'll have it sticking out through here. We're going to connect this pump, which is the pump to the water supply of the motorhome, and then we need to connect the electrics up to this 12-volt rail. Now I'm going to cut this cable, that's the plan, to exactly the right length, because it came with a very, very long cable that sort of winded. So I'm going to cut this exactly the right length. And then I bought a crimping tool and some of these metal connectors, again from Amazon. So all of these items will be listed in the WordPress article on our website, so you can know where to get them from. And the next part of the video should show a working pump. If all went well, if all goes well, of course it will. What could possibly go wrong? All right, thanks for watching. Dari, hello. In part 2, you'll notice that we have in fact got the new pump, and it came without these ends. So we bought these little connector ends on Amazon, and we've actually soldered them to the wires. We've actually cut this wire to a custom length, so it's now going to fit exactly to this connector block. So that's the 12-volt connector block coming in. We're going to attach the pump to this point here, the water point of the pump. So the water comes out of the pump at this red nozzle here. This is a plastic washer that came obviously with the whole assembly. We're going to attach this pump on here. We're going to put the pump, this pipe in boiling water to soften it first, so that it goes on nice and easily. And then it should be fine. When we turn the tap here, as you turn the tap, you can hear that switch, and that's the switch that turns on the 12-volt electrical power to that pump. Okay, so hopefully after the next couple of minutes we'll have a working pumping system. We'll put some water into the tank so that it actually works. Okay, part 3, it's all completed. So we filled the tank to the infamous 2 blobs level according to the gauge. We've reattached this water pipe here. We've wire tagged these cables to the water pipe as they were when it was delivered. We've put back the Jubilee clip that holds and makes sure this pipe doesn't fall off. We put this pipe on softened in a cup of boiling water to this red point here. Please note that the wiring connections here go from blue to brown and blue to brown. I don't know why it's not equivalent, but it isn't. That's as it was. And we're going to test it by making sure the 12 volts is on. It's on. Here's the water 2 blobs. Go to the tap and water comes out from the pump, pumping the water. Super, everything's working, fantastic. That's it, Darry.